Hello and welcome back to Critic Reviews. As I mentioned last week, I am going back to reviewing MLP, as it's a lot more fun and not to mention easier to write about. So this week on the show, I'll be taking a look into an episode of the beloved Season 4, and that episode is the universally approved Flight to the Finish. So Flight to the Finish is the first episode of Season 4 featuring a song, so it has a lot of pressure bearing down on it to be the impressive first song of the season, like the Crystal Fair song was in Season 3, but let's face it, that sucked all kinds of ass. Despite this, I think the song manages to capture exactly what the episode is about, having pride in oneself. The characterisation of both Scootaloo and Rainbow Dash are in top form in this episode, as Scootaloo acts not unlike a less developed Rainbow Dash, being brash and not exactly thinking things all the way through, leading a lot of her actions to not really consider the feelings of the whole team, and doing exactly what the other said. She was starting to make the whole act about her. It just goes to show what I always said about Scootaloo and Dash's relationship. It could be a very good thing for her, and it could be very, very bad, as Scootaloo has copied all of Rainbow Dash's traits, but not the good ones. This episode calls back to games ponies play in Just for Sidekicks, as it features one of the characters introduced in that episode, Miss Harshwinny, who by the way has the most amazing facial expressions I've ever seen. This stands out a lot more as each frame has to be individually drawn and adjusted. I don't know whether this is more or less complicated than hand-drawn art, but it certainly has its limitations, that being the lack of creativity, which we've seen the comics do very well in certain parts. The show gets a little bit closer to that level of quality with this episode. Something rather significant that this episode addresses is something that the fandom has been guessing at for quite a while, but the show's never actually showed us anything about it or mentioned it. I mean, it's been hinted at, but we've never seen anything to this extent. Scootaloo's wings are shorter and smaller than other Pegasi her age, and this causes her to not be able to fly, a possible disability. But again, Rainbow Dash and Scootaloo's relationship is reinforced by what happens later on in the episode. Dash comes back for Scootaloo and personally brings her to the flag carrying event. Now, would Rainbow Dash have done that for any of the other CMCs? Well, of course she would. That's what makes her such an amazing character. She's loyal to all of her friends, without exception. Anyway, we're getting off topic. The disability is a mature topic that the show is undertaking here. It shows that the writing staff really know what they're doing, and they want this show to have good writing, as does the fandom. So this episode is pretty amazing. It's significant as a Scootaloo episode, and it offers some more character development for my third favourite Crusader. And that doesn't mean I dislike Scootaloo. On the contrary, she's a very interesting character, and the aforementioned portrayal of disability just lends her all that much more depth. She's overcompensating in ego because she can't fly. It's understandable and makes her less annoying than Season 1 Rainbow Dash. And at the end of the episode...
You know what this means, right?
Oh my god, is it?
We are totally gonna get cutie marks in flag carrying!
I love you! I love you! All is lost.
Yeah, this is the thing that happened in this episode. The audience sat on the edge of their seats as they waited in anticipation, as Scootaloo didn't get her cutie mark. Maybe this was an intelligent joke on the part of the CMCs to mess with Rainbow Dash. Judging by future episodes, they've certainly learned their lesson on being more mature about their cutie marks and how to get them, focusing on one thing rather than doing random actions. The CMCs have really grown up since Season 1, and I know that's to be expected. They're children. But a lot of child characters don't really move on from their original personality. They don't get character development. Whereas these characters have gained fantastic development and become amazing characters in their own right. Not only that, but with their reaction to Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon's comments about being blank flanks, they dealt with it in a mature manner, which to me is a giant leap in the right direction. It follows the theme of the Crusaders maturing, which is a step that I wholeheartedly support. With not many episodes to her name and the only episodes focusing on her being exceptionally written, I can't fault this episode at all. Anyway, that's my review of Flight to the Finish. I'm the Ponyville Critic. Thanks for watching.